Hey y'all, hope all is well. I know it's been a little bit of a minute, but as I grow and unlearn the parts of me that I thought was me, and I acquire the knowledge, essence, and feelings of what is me, there has to be periods of distance for transformation, elevation, growth, revelation. The sun is currently in the constellation of Aquarius, the water bearer, one who holds the water and transports it to the seas, as we will see Pisces season move into fruition over the next few weeks or so. And the importance of life thus far, at least for me, but the importance currently during this Aquarius season is more than just knowing thyself. I would say it's of acting of thyself. In this generation, as we move towards and become closer and closer to the age of Aquarius than we are to the age of Pisces, we are thrown into so much distraction, a world of distraction, a world of false community, a world of false interaction, false connection. And it's how we're able to skin the potato, right? And get to the actual truth of what we need and realize the realness, authenticity, and genuinity. In this age of Aquarius, or coming to the closeness of the age of Aquarius, we see we're bombarded with so much information. Over these past few weeks, I've been, reading, and I've been reading a beautiful book by an African author. I would just say Melodoma Patrice Somme, of Water and the Spirit, and it's a book that I highly recommend for many people. I'm about 95% of the way through, and a message that keeps coming out to me, which I believe is extremely important during this Sun in Aquarius and extremely important during this age of Aquarius, is how information, words, verbal communication can cause confusion, misalignment, and wrongful interpretation. And when that happens to us, it does invent a false world for us to follow, and we will wonder, why aren't we getting to the truth in the heart of this world? It's because we are in the wrong one, right? So to examine the world, it's all about examining the self. The self is the world. We all walk around in our many different worlds, consistent and connected to the overall consciousness of one another. So relating to Sun and Aquarius, right? Aquarius is an air sign that deals with words, communication, logistics, a lot of left brain thinking, but has the right brain component of the water. Aquarius is the sign of outer and otherworldly energy and energetics coming in. At this time, I feel as though many headaches or head issues, minor issues, may come about due to a lot of transmission from the stellar and star gateways happening at this time, the celestial gateways opening up. Aquarius is the star, right? It's that light that we admire and the light that we eventually return to as this current life, this current time transforms into another. The book speaks on how the use of words is, it greatly takes away a lot of the actual meaning, that there's meaning behind words, and words are very, very powerful, more than we come to know or recognize at first. But if you're interested in really listening and learning and understanding more so the power of words, it's something where you have to move into stillness and silence to really understand. We know that sound connects all. Sound is a vibration, and sound does so much through music, communication, and being, right? But there's a transformation when sound turns into words. It's like we don't really feel out the sound anymore. We focus on what is said. That cancels out a lot of the good meat in what is being said, a lot of meaning, a lot of understanding. So as our sun is currently occupying the constellation of Aquarius, it's good for us to, have this higher logic of meaning, have this higher logic of understanding. The planet Mercury is exalted, so it's in its super power, its super duper power when in Aquarius. So now, we go through the gateway of logic to come back around to the gateway of intuition with this sign, which is why it can be highly misunderstood. Those who fall, whose sun sign falls into this, whose moon sign, or honestly any personal planet that falls into this constellation, goes through cycles of being misunderstood, feeling like they do not belong, feeling lack of connection. Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, which is the great teacher and the great leader, the great mother who knows nothing other than greatness. The mother who steps in when she knows pauses need to happen, reevaluation, who knows when more is needed and who knows more is needed and knows that more is had, which is why more is needed, because you contain that more already, who sees into the future and really sees the truth of the realm of Earth that we are occupying at this time. Another thing that's telling at this time of Aquarius is how the merging of two worlds happens. The merging of the star worlds and all its beings in it, and the merging of the earth world, and knowing that there is no separation. But through obvious means, and at times, through this energy, we may be feeling like there is separation, that things aren't coming together as much as we would like. So through this, we gather and we understand what is for us, what is to be focused on, and what is to be brought out in a comfortable level where we can see, examine, and feel the greatness between the two, which is actually one. Free thinking is a trait, a skill that many of us have lacked and have not given the energy to train. And in this time of great distraction with a lot of information, logical information, it has kind of pulled out a lot of people out of their bodies and only into their brains and into their mental minds, and allowed us to ignore the intelligence of the body, which has been the intelligence of the ancestors, and the intelligence of nature, and the intelligence of many, many, many worlds. So we come here in this Aquarius season knowing that there is more, that there is something out of this world, outer worldly, extremely celestial, of great light. And how do we allow this merger to happen? It stunts our growth and it limits us in many, many ways to have closed mindsets. So as we open up and expand, it's important to allow that mission to happen. It's important to float how we must float, and understand that, yeah, we may have been in this world and we may have had our mental concepts, mental manipulation, mental understanding of who we are, what we are to be, and what this world is. But there's always another meaning on the other end of it, that is meaning of an undenied truth, but meaning of sometimes the opposite of what we assumed or what we thought to know. So it's interesting to understand and to figure out if you do have the strength to go into that journey, to find out and figure out the importance of your truth. To think freely is a gift from God that unfortunately has been manipulated by inverted forces of this world. But to know that we always have connection to that connection, and that nothing can hold us back. So in what ways, I would like you to ponder, can you free yourself up, be more unique, get into what outer worldly means to you, what another world means to you, and how to bridge it back in, how to be that Uranus energy, that energy of the high magician, the high priestess, right? The energy of inner wisdom, knowing, creativity, to cultivate the life that you need and the life that you came here to live. you know, it's more than just donning on aesthetics and filling up technology with aesthetics to seem or to appear of being. Something that happens when the cellular devices are no longer in our hands and we're walking with our own spirit and soul that knows and reveals all. So as the celestial sky, the sky of the depths of knowledge has the great light of the sun focused upon the water bearer. How do we bridge both? How do we bridge the spirituality with the mental plane, the spirituality with this plane of existence, and how are we able to free ourselves to move into different planes of existence to truly understand our nature and the purpose of this lifetime? It always just goes back to the purpose of this lifetime. So with all of that, I leave with you, wishing you a great season of the water bearer.